Hello everyone out there. Happy Friday. It's Brittany. If you are new to watching my lives, go ahead and say new. If you're watching the replay, say replay. But anyways, yeah, thanks for jumping on. So I am doing a challenge. It's day 19. So 19 out of 21 lives. And hey Lisa. Hey Audra, hey everyone, thanks for jumping on. Hey Allie. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit, I talk a little bit about everything on these, but today I wanted to talk about my weight loss surgery because it's been 5 months. Yesterday was 5 months since I had it. And today I woke up 100 pounds officially down. So it's kind of a big deal for me, 100 pounds lost since I had the surgery 5 months ago. And because of that, I wanted to jump on and talk about that. Thanks, Kim. I was playing with my hair a little bit today, watching YouTube videos. So it's kind of, I'm trying to learn to do something other with my hair. So this was kind of easy. So, but I don't know if I can do it every day because the back gets hard. So anyways, if you follow my YouTube channel, one of my first videos was about why I decided to have the surgery, and I'm just going to cover it a little bit, not as in depth as I do on there. I can post a link, but so basically I have struggled with my weight my entire life. I talk a lot about, being a drug addict, but food was definitely my first drug of choice. I definitely found comfort in food through a lot of hard times. I am a sexual abuse victim, and there has been some link between obesity and that. So amazing, Allie. So that is kind of something, I moved around a lot. Food is just something that's always been there. So, and I've never had a healthy relationship with food, and I have to say that. So, it was a lot on my part, just finding comfort in it. So then I talk about how I eventually got into drug use, and food definitely wasn't an issue there because drugs was how I comforted myself, I guess. And then when I got clean, it just went back to food, but it was way more intense. And I eventually got, my highest weight was 320 pounds. But I want to say that the weight, it was more about gaining it and then losing it. And I would gain 100 pounds and then I would lose 100 pounds. And it was up and down, and it was mentally trying. Such unhealthy habits. I can say that I would if something was horrible, I would find comfort in food. And then just such a sedentary lifestyle, and then not being able to be active and present with my family. I talk about, saying no to things I enjoyed because of not being able to be comfortable, not being able to get down on the ground and play with my children, and watching my husband go and play in the playground, and I just never could. I had no energy. I just wasn't active, and it catapulted depression, and I don't know which came first, but definitely, I had to work on that unhealthy relationship with food. And I would try so hard. And I was a good candidate for weight loss surgery because of the up and down and the gaining weight and losing weight. And but my insurance wouldn't cover it. Eventually, you guys know, fast forward, the end of April 27th, I was able to pay cash for gastric sleeve. So I'm going to go up there. So I paid for a gastric sleeve. So what that is, there's a few different types of weight loss surgery. There's bypass. Bypass is a little more extreme. That's when they're going to bypass all of your organs, and there's a high risk for not being able to absorb your vitamins that way. Because I was so young, they said the gastric sleeve would be good for me, and what that is basically they remove 85% of your stomach. So now we're gonna go, how does that help you lose weight? Well, obviously your intake is going to be a lot less, but listen, that is not a magic pill. It is more like a tool. So I had to do a pre-op diet, and I remember like struggling because I couldn't eat the way that I couldn't, and I had to deal with all these feelings I was having. My anxiety was on 10. I remember crying, you know, and big things like carbs are such comfort for me. And I remember like right after the surgery, so you have the surgery and you kind of learn to eat again, and you start off with liquids, and then you can move to soft foods. And I remember in the beginning just feeling I really felt like I was never going to find joy again, because and it just like made me realize like how much I got joy out of food, and how much as a society, like we use food to like celebrate. Like if there's a good time, let's go out to eat. If there's a funeral, let's go out to eat. And I wasn't able to do that anymore. Because so your stomach is now basically a sleeve size. So at the most, you know, I can eat maybe like 4 to 5 ounces at a time. And of course I focus on protein. Is this magic? No. Like I actually see people that have the sleeve and they go right back to those negative eating habits. I see it. I see them, you know, drinking soda and whatever, and that's on them. I'm not judging anyone. But like for me, I felt because I paid cash for it, like it was definitely more of an investment. So I invested in this surgery. So of course, like you will never see me. My big thing is I used to drink so much soda and sweet tea and stuff. You will never see me drink, and that has been my biggest thing. So I haven't had caffeine or anything for 6 months. So I stopped about a month before my surgery. This is all I drink, Propel. And it's hard, like you know, because sometimes like I just remember like wanting soda and that carbonation, but like losing the weight has been like such a motivator for me to keep going. But I remember being like so sad watching people enjoy things that I used to enjoy. So what I've been learning is like finding other things to be excited about and focusing on other like exciting things in life. To where it's not so food focused, because I've had such an unhealthy relationship with food. So what that means is maybe, you know, I can focus more on my work and finding fun activities to like do things instead of just be like, let's go out to eat. I'm like, no, let's go to the park. Let's go, you know, like usually for our anniversary, we would do like a dinner. I'm like, no, let's not do dinner. Let's go to Cedar Point. So it's just like learning to find more fun things that aren't so food centered. And like retraining myself to use food as only like a way to have energy and not so like the pleasure and hiding my feelings in it. And that has been like such a big lesson. And just like people can relapse on drugs, you can relapse on food. And that's kind of why like I'm pretty strict with where I am, being like 5 months out of surgery right now, because like I don't want to like eventually, because with my personality, like I could say like, oh, well, let me have some chip, and then eventually it's like a bag of chips, or let me have a drink of soda, and then eventually it's like 3 cans or something. So like, you know, it's definitely not easy still, because you still have your brain. You know, I know like you still have your brain. You have to do things a lot differently, how you eat, how you drink. People think it's funny, but obviously like you can't drink while you're eating. So you can either like, you have to wait like 30 minutes after you eat a meal to drink. Cause basically like if you drink right after you eat, then that just pushes all your food down. So then you're hungry sooner, and then it might kind of like stretch out your stomach. So that's like, you know, so those are just so many habits. Like I just had to like retrain myself, but I still like, no matter how hard it's definitely been like the best thing I've ever invested in myself ever. And like, so being 100 pounds down today, and then like, I still have, you know, a ways to go to like my goal weight, but I feel like a different person. But it's also like I feel like a different, like a better mom because of it. Because like now I can like run around with my kids, and you know, it's just like it's totally crazy. And it was never something that I thought, because I just struggled for so many years. And it's something I have to work at every day. You guys know, like recently I've started, you know, being more active with Orange Theory, but like you can be as active as you want, but if you're not like controlling what you put into your body, it's not worth it. Because you know, there are those lucky people that can like eat whatever they want and you know, they work out and that's fine. That's never been me, and it's not going to be me. What I eat has to be, you know, that's the first part of all of this. So like if I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to be happy again after the beginning. It was hard, you know, those first month with eating soup and just I'm like, nothing tastes good. And it just all took like, you know, just retraining my mind. So it's definitely worth it. I'm so excited, you know, because I'm following the plan. I'm still steadily losing weight and just like doing the next right thing as far as like the diet and the plans go. My team's really impressed, but it's not like a team, like it's not just a nutritionist and a surgeon. I also talk to a therapist. I'm in a group therapy setting where other people that have like food addiction issues, because it's not just, you know, it's not just about changing my body. It's about changing my mind too. And that's been a huge part of the journey, and it's kind of made it, easier to deal with. So that's what, I wanted to jump on and just talk about today, because that is a big part of my story, because you guys know, like the company I'm in allowed me to pay for the surgery. And so it's definitely been life-changing in so many ways, in the positive. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday, a good weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.